Hello, hello, hello.
Hey guys, what is going on?
We are back and I'm trying to find different variations of saying we're black and we're back. So black in action, variation number one. I
Black
might
in
mix it
action.
up. If
I
you
like
guys
that.
want to submit any intros that you like, I'm 100% open to them because one thing I'm going to do is clown. I'm always down to clown. How are you, Aaron?
Listen, I'm alive, I'm well. A lot has transpired over the few days. Um, a lot
Want
of
to
good
share with the
things.
class? Like,
A lot of good things, a lot of tea, a lot of drama, a lot of stuff that we were talking about earlier. So this is just a mess.
guys, I don't know. No, okay, only Patreon knows this. So I was telling Patreon how my iPad was taken from me by TSA, taken from me, like taking the movie. Not, I didn't leave it, I didn't forget it, and it wasn't my fault. It is back, and I'm actually recording from a different part of my living space because I was recording on my phone for 2 episodes and I loved the angle. I was like, this angle makes me look extremely hot. And it was kind of like an upper angle. But now that I'm back on my iPad, I'm like trying to find that same angle and like I can't. So I'm trading spaces to where I usually used to record our meetings and I'm liking this angle, but I'll be trying a few different things, if you have any suggestions, because I have an iPad Pro, so this shit's heavy as hell. You can't just plop it on a tripod and think that it's going to go up and down. You got to get like some special rigging for it to look all that, and I want to look my best on YouTube, which is why I have actually stopped just rolling out of bed and coming on the podcast. I actually take a little bit of time to prepare. How are you guys? Like, I want to know, what have y'all been up to? Because I feel so selfish. Like, we have just been talking about ourselves and BravoCon, getting ready for BravoCon, going to BravoCon, coming for BravoCon, what happened to BravoCon. I know that a lot of y'all are BravoConed out, or a lot of you are feeling BravoConned because you weren't able to make it. And I just want to know,
BravoCon.
how are you guys? Like, what's new? Is there any tea that we missed? Any drama? Any personal things that you guys are going through, good or bad? Like, if you guys are going through some good stuff at work, or you got a promotion, or you have started something new in your life, like, congratulations. And I'm rooting for you. If you're not having the best couple of days or couple of weeks, like, I'm so sorry about that. My heart is with you. Aaron, is there anything you want to say to the people?
Listen, guys, I finished Spider-Man 2. And it was a good game.
So what happens at the end?
So if you know, the main villain is actually Harry.
For the movie?
Yeah. So they changed it a little bit because Harry ended up being the Hobgoblin, which is son of Green Goblin. But in the game, he becomes Venom.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
So do you have to fight Venom at the end?
Oh, yeah. Number one, throughout the game, as Peter, you get the black suit.
Oh, like in Spider-Man 3, where he shows his ass and he's
It's exactly the same thing, but they just switch some things around. So you get the black suit, and during the time that he has the black suit, you see him changing into Venom. But towards the end, he ends up getting the suit off, and he has to give it back to Harry because Harry has an illness, and this Venom suit apparently helps him. But once Harry gets the Venom, he turns into the actual Venom. So they're like, oh, shit.
Venom.
Listen, it's a lot. I don't want to spoil it too much. If y'all want to play the game.
Everyone, what happens?
No, because it's more. Mary Jane becomes a Venom. Like, you don't understand.
Like, whoever.
Everybody, listen, Harry becomes a Venom. Peter has his own little thing going on. And Mary Jane also gets the Venom.
So they leave off on like kind of a cliffhanger like the movies do, or does that all resolve?
Well, they resolve it. They resolve it and you just don't know what happens with Harry. So prior
Just beat his ass and he's gone.
Yeah, you have to fight Mary Jane's Venom too. Yeah, you have to fight her too. So it's like, damn. I'm like, damn.
I guess it's like it's either you and me, girl, and I gotta beat this game.
Oh, listen, I did, and I had to, and I did it, and you have to fight her like a good 3 times. With this game, it's not just one time. Each villain, you have to fight them at least 3 to 4 times.
Oh, so you have to really. So then that's why it takes people a minute to beat this game rather than the other game. Well, not the other games, all of them, but like I've been noticing that it's been a minute for people to come out and say, I beat this game more so than with other games.
Yeah, it takes some time. It definitely takes some time.
That's so good because there's so much hype. There was so much hype around it. And then there's more hype, obviously, around GTA, which...
Oh, GTA is coming out? Listen.
What day was that?
I forgot what day. I heard it. I want to say I heard it from a friend like on Sunday.
I know it's coming sooner rather than later. I think that it said that there was going to be a trailer, or there was a trailer or something. I know that GTA, like, they've been working on that shit since I was born. Like, well, no. Since I was probably, like, in school, I feel. It's been so long. What, did you find a date?
Yeah, so they said expected between April 1st and March 31st of 2025.
So that's 25?
Like, yeah.
Girl, anyways. So Spider-Man, it sounds like it was a good game.
Okay, well, let me correct myself. Between 2024, April 2024 and March 2025.
Again, like you're still saying 2025.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to...
That's how it is with video games, though. Like, they'll show you, even when they show you the trailer, like that Wolverine game that's supposed to be coming out, they'll show it to you, but they're like...
That's worse than, like, the movies, dude. Like, come on. I don't want to know about that shit. Oh, you'll be able to play it in 2 years when you don't know if you're alive. Like, what? Remember 2020? No, like, it's like...
But you're right.
Learned anything.
You're right.
But okay, I'm excited to hear that you beat that because that is something that is very popular now and something that you really liked. So how many weeks did it take you, would you say?
I would say, okay, so I had to stop halfway because of the BravoCon trip. So I was like itching to get back to it because I'm like, I have to save Harry. And then once I got back, I saved Harry. So I would say in total, like 3 weeks.
So that's minus the BravoCon break.
Yeah. But if you have time on your hands, you could beat that in like a week.
Yeah, but it's like, let's try to spread it out, you know?
Yeah. I would say try to spread it out. And it's like they have so many incentives, so many cool costumes. You have a Wolverine costume as Miles Morales.
Shit. What?
As Miles Morales. Miles Morales has a Wolverine costume.
Is that who you played as?
You play as both Peter and Miles in this game. So you go back and forth. They even have levels where you play as Mary Jane, and they gave her like this little taser gun. So she's a little bit more intense now. And they also had Into the Spider-Verse reference because you have to catch these spiders. So they're hinting at a possible, you know, they're going to get into something.
Across the Spider-Verse is streaming on Netflix, which it started streaming a week or so before BravoCon, I believe. So that's something good to rewatch. Obviously, this is the pop culture episode, which we haven't had in a while because of BravoCon. We did prepping for BravoCon. We did BravoCon. We did after BravoCon. We did Bravo. And now we're here for the pop culture episode. And I'm so excited about it. Obviously, we have to start off with our Black Excellence Awards.
You go first.
Are you ready, guys? My first. I'm going to have 2. My first Black Excellence.
I feel like I gotta know where this is going. Where is it? What is it?
My
Share the comment.
Black Excellence Award, okay? And he shouldn't be mad if he sees this. is going to Kyle and Fari.
Okay, yeah, thank you, because that was one of mine too.
I don't want to put it out there, but he's the owner of the Neighborhood Talk, which is a good alternative for the Shade Room. If you get sick of the Shade Room antics, you can find both of, all of the same things on, the Neighborhood Talk. And sometimes before the Shade Room gets it, he used to be, let's turn it into that. He used to be at the Shade Room. He got fired. It ended up being the best thing that could happen to him because he started the Neighborhood Talk. And the Neighborhood Talk has become a cultural staple. They were at BravoCon in the press room. It's really been a good thing for him. But something happened and it backfired. Someone thought that they were going to hurt him with an action that they did, and it actually ended up helping him. So I think that Kyle is my first one.
And if you guys want to know what that action is, we're not too messy. We're a little messy, but not that messy.
Y'all are just as messy as us.
Y'all could go in the latest comments and you can see it, or just
go on.
Search Twitter /it for Kyle.
Yeah,
you gotta do, and you'll find out.
It's Kyle. So would that be your first one too, or you had a different one?
That was my first one too.
Do you want to go to your second one? Because I feel like I brought the ignorance on, so you can be.
Oh no, mine is gonna continue.
Well, it's continued ignorance.
Yeah,
mine is a little bit more serious. My second one is going to be Andre 3000, who announced that he is coming out with an album. But womp womp, ain't no music going. Like, it's just gonna be playing the flute, child.
But I'm still gonna download it because I know this shit is gonna slap. Like,
it's gonna hit.
It's gonna hit different.
I am content in him choosing to do that because I know that he has contributed so much to culture and my music taste, and also being, I don't know, like his fashion, his music, the way Outkast was in general, the person that he has also become, like an unproblematic dude that you just see playing different instruments around the world. How could you be mad at that? And although his verse for Donda's album made me yearn for more Andre 3000, I'm okay that he's putting out a passion project, because there's nothing more beautiful than an unproblematic person who helped curate my music tastes and love for music and love for being a bit alternative, putting out something that they just want to because they love that. So if he wants to play the flute, he can play the flute all day.
Absolutely.
And we just love him over here. And we love Big Boy too. He is just very into owls. So if he doesn't want to do a project and he wants to just do like a documentary on owls, I would watch that too. Whatever they do, I'm going to support them just because of how they are.
That's a really good one.
So to carry back into a little bit of classic Bravo, We're Black ignorance, Aaron, who's your second one?
Okay, so I did have one. I'm not gonna say the other one because I thought about it.
No, say it. No, say it because you're gonna disappoint.
It was
now.
Okay. It was gonna be Tasha K. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so the next one.
Yeah. So the next one.
I'm not
doing it. I'm
not fucking doing it. Because you don't need, like, why would you?
Are you not gonna watch it? But
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. But my next one is gonna go to the cast of Family Business, y'all. If you don't know what that is, it's a BT Plus show that is now streaming on Netflix, and I have made it to season 3. It follows the Duncan family, and it's kind of like one of those Mafia, Sopranos, Godfather type of shows, but with a black cast. It's It has a few of our greats like Tammy Roman. We got Lisa Ray on it. The mamas from Half and Half.
Yes.
Just a bunch of different people. What's her name? Damn it. Brandy Evans, who is Mercedes from P Valley. She's in it. And it's like you see everybody in that show, but it's really, really good. Like I said, I made it to season 3. Season 1 through 4 is on Netflix now. So I highly recommend it if you're looking for a good show to check out that gives you those Godfather Soprano vibes, but with the all-black cast, then check that out.
I love how you shifted gears so fast once you heard me give a non-ignorant Black Excellence Award, because we could have just kept on with Kyle.
Oh yeah, we could have kept on,
but we really saved ourselves because I was thinking it is growth, and it is the power of being on camera, because we would have went all the way into that time.
If I wasn't on camera, I think I would have been a little bit more bold and I could really get into some things. But expect
don't worry, y'all.
Coming from Tisha Campbell, that's all I'm gonna say.
Tisha Campbell or Tasha K?
I said Tisha Campbell.
God, okay, let's move on. So this is a show that we've been trying to talk about for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Since the beginning of time.
Literally, so much so that the show has now ended. It ended the week of BravoCon, but it was a damn good show.
I want to ask. Oh, okay. We're talking about Gen V. I didn't want to cut you off, but I wanted to ask.
Good.
Did you finish this week, or did you actually finish the week it ended?
What does it matter?
I just was curious because I finished this week. Like, I really caught up.
No, I didn't finish. Like, when we came back, I went on. This is how I finished, because now you're making me tell the story. I went on Amazon to watch Barbie because that's where I have Barbie bought at. So I went on Prime Video, and I'm like, a new episode of Gen V. What the fuck? And then I saw it since season finale. I'm like, I completely forgot about this show. But it's been so good, so consistent. Some people said that there were a lot of missteps in the finale, but it was still strong. But I'm like, come on, this is a spinoff, 1. And 2, it's about like college kids, like they did the damn thing with this show. Gen V is basically a show. I think we did touch on it briefly. So you're starring in it. It's like the girl and the guy from Sabrina, the black girl and guy from Sabrina. And then also Patrick Schwarzenegger, his fine ass. He made a return. He's so crazy. And a bunch of other like unknown people, which I think that it's good that they used unknown people, because we didn't need a lot of things to be attracted to this show. You just needed to be a fan of superhero things or a fan of like dark drama, comedy, like dark comedy, and especially if you're a fan of The Boys. So it's basically about this girl. She gets blood powers when she gets her period for the first time, and then she kills her whole family, which that was a way to start a series. And then she gets shipped off to a school for people like that. And then she gets to go to a school, and she finds out later on that the lady from The Boys, like the politician lady, she like wanted her specifically to go to that school. But she gets shipped out to a school with other soups in training. And obviously, like every other show, everything is not what it seems. And throughout that, we find out it's just like this system that's so fucked up, like on The Boys. And we find out that like there's a place called The Woods, which is basically like a experimental hospital on how just training on how to kill soups. But at first it's like you want to go there, you feel accepted there, you're surrounded by people who are super powered, you get like this college experience, you have people who have all these different superpowers around you. but you want to be the next person to go straight to the Seven, which is obviously the main superheroes from The Boys. And just like a spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you exactly like how everything unfolded, but we do get an appearance from Homelander, who is the worst person on planet Earth. But I'm kind of concerned, like, because when I saw him, I was so excited to see him. I'm like, oh my God, Homelander is here. And he's only on screen for like a minute max. And like what he does is just so terrible. And the way that they flip the switch on what happens at the end was so terrible. But I'm still like, oh my God, it's Homelander. And then they also showed Billy, who is also a part of the original The Boys. And it's really such a treat. I think that she also was able to unleash some more and unlock more of her power and use it in different ways. The last 2 episodes especially. It was just so crazy. You know, anything that Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg is attached to is hilarious, crazy, and fucked up in the best way. I really enjoyed this series. They already greenlit another season, which obviously it was going to happen from I would say the first 3 episodes. I was like, this is good, but I don't know where it's going. And then when we got further into the season, and then we find out who was working with who was in cahoots, who's who, how, like, you know, it wasn't really a place for them to develop their powers. It was more of a study on basically how to kill them. I'm just like, this is insane. And then how they tie in the Seven with everything. I'm just so excited to see the events of the next season of The Boys, which I think is season 4 coming up, that they announced that's coming, I think, spring 2024. And it was just such a good show, you guys. If you like dark comedies, if you like superhero movies, shows, please run, not walk, and watch this show. Aaron, you don't watch The Boys, correct?
No, I don't. I tried watching. It was a little bit too much for me. But I will say, after watching the show, which I finished today, my thoughts have changed, and I will go back and watch it.
Yes, because if you can handle Gen V's goriness, nastiness, craziness, you can handle.
This is a lot, but it's not too much. Like, I think they balanced it out throughout the show. I want to ask too, who is your MVP?
Oh, what a good question.
MVP and the LVP.
Damn. Let me pull up the cast, child. Let me pull up the cast. Who is yours? You can tell me yours while I pull up the cast.
So I will say MVP would probably be, it would have to be Marie.
That's understandable because her powers are crazy. Jazz Sinclair is a great actress in general. Her storyline is just so deep. Like, they take everything and like compress it. We learned that word from our producer today. They compress it into one storyline that turns into so many branches of storylines.
And so ties everything together in some kind of way. And I love how she does it.
Right. So me, I'm gonna say, and Kate, because I just want to have her power. All you gotta do is literally tell someone, hey, go the fuck away. And that's what happened to her brother. She's like, go away and never come back. And where is he? We don't know where he is. He left. He never came back. Like, the power to compel people to do what you want, that is amazing. Like, I would have my way.
I'm not gonna lie,
and also, when you find out like her role and everything, it's like, oh shit, like this shit's deeper than you thought. So who is your least valuable player?
Least would probably be, I want to say Shetty. because I really didn't care for her. And then if you wanted like one of the heroes or etc., I would say Sam. Sam started to really piss me off towards that.
I think that you're going off of like who you like and who you don't like, because when you think about it, Sam was too powerful to even, like be around them. Like
I will say this too. I didn't hate Kate. Like I get, her role in it, but I didn't hate her. By the end, I'm like, she's just doing what she has to do, especially when she walks into that guy and she's like, let's do a live stream.
Yeah, she kind of ate with that one. Yeah. Like me, because you're going to get your ass on Instagram and you're going to say what I say. And it's going to come from you and not from me.
I admire that. I admire it. I even like Emma too. She would be...
That's my LVP. She just big for no reason, small for no reason. Like, girl, bye. It was just, I thought that she was going to play like a titular role in the series, especially when she found Sam. But then after they lost their memory, it was just her story didn't go the way that I wanted.
Sam to the ground.
Exactly.
That was it. That was kind of when it went downhill. But I did respect her storyline, like the things that were going on between her and her mom, like her childhood. I'm like, that's really sad.
Yeah, I definitely, because this show, it deals with like real topics from, institutional racism to this one. It was dealing with like eating disorders, so it deals with so many different things. They just put this dark comical spin and put it in like a superhero universe.
And I also like her relationship with Sam. I think that
really I was shipping them
in mind. Yeah. And I would like to see them next season, but I don't know how they're gonna do it. I also did not like what's the one that changes
Jordan?
Yeah. Jordan. There were moments where I did like Jordan, and there were moments where I was like,
They pissed me on because well, you know what? They really took me on an up and down kind of roller coaster, because I'm like, this is so stupid. What is this power used for? It's not going to do anything. But then when I saw that they do more than just change genders, I was like, oh shit. And then the way that you can kind of like finesse boys and girls, I was like, that's an interesting.
That's very interesting.
It's interesting.
I also found it kind of ironic that they, like, every time they would have a confrontation, they would change it to the male gender.
Right.
And when Marie brought it up, I'm like, that's a great point. That's a great point.
But now we said it.
Yeah.
That show is just so good. And I really wish that we could have done the week-to-week coverage, but there's just so much to talk about in general. But the good thing is that they didn't even need it. And now that the strike is over, it's like they can talk about it and do whatever promotion. But I was hearing about it through the grapevine anyway. Like, this is one of the shows that didn't need all this promotion.
All right.
Because what I learned, honestly, this was not even in my older years. In my younger years, I had this class. I think it was, I don't even know what class it was, but I think it was like marketing. But it was like a middle school kind of marketing class, which I'm like, what the hell was I doing there? But I've learned very early on that there's nothing there's no ad dollars that are worth word of mouth. And I found that to be true my entire life. You can spend money on ads, you can spend money on campaigns, you can spend money on interviews, but there's nothing like when something is just genuinely good, whether it's a product or a show or a podcast. There's nothing like people just telling other people about this thing. And that's why I'm always like, you guys, tell people about our show. Tell people about the shows that we talk about. Just share it with people because they will give it a chance and an opportunity. So Gen V, amazing. Check it out. What's next?
What's next on the docket? What do we have? Let's see. Did you see the Marvels?
I went to see the Marvels on Sunday.
Without giving so much away,
I'm gonna give the most important thing away, and I want y'all to skip about 3 minutes from here. I'm giving you time to skip 3 minutes from here. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone, but Aaron, I want y'all to skip. This is the thing to skip 3 minutes from right now. The mutants are coming.
Oh yeah, I did. I heard I heard we get a Beast cameo, and it's somebody else. I forgot what it is.
It's Beast and
Was it Nebula?
Okay, so first of all, Kendrick ruined it for me because I was in the movie theater and I was like, okay, is there one after credit scene or two so I know when to get out this bitch? Because I was at the 4D theater, and I'll tell you guys about that experience in a bit. And he was like, when you see Beast and Binary, that's it.
Oh, okay.
So I think the person is Binary. I don't really know. Like, I know who Beast is, and it's Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
Yeah. And
Kendrick.
I don't know how Camille felt about that, but I did enjoy.
One thing about Kelsey Grammer, like, I know that he did some things to Camille, but he is the creator of Girlfriends. So he can do whatever the hell he wants to me. Because Girlfriends, hello? Like, you wouldn't have Girlfriends without Kelsey Grammer. So Camille, you're just going to have to suffer, babe. Love you. But yes, so that was the huge spoiler. Now, as far as, well, okay, you've been waiting for, I feel, what? Was it you who's waiting for Fantastic Four, or you waiting for the X-Men?
I was waiting for the X-Men.
Okay, yeah. How do you feel about this now that we've officially gotten the Marvel?
I'm really excited because I'm seeing everything come together, and we're also going to get Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the Deadpool movie, which I'm excited to see how that comes out.
That shit back.
Which means, and I'm like, if we got Kelsey Grammer's Beast, that means that we're gonna get Anna Paquin's Rogue, most likely, Halle Berry's Storm, which I know is controversial because here's the thing with that. I do want them to reboot it, and I do want them to start over and give us an accurate Storm. But if this is to bring the old cast back together for the last time, I would like to see it just for nostalgia purposes.
I want Halle Berry Storm. I don't care about nostalgia. I don't care about like what you guys want. I just want it because Halle Berry Storm is the only Storm that I can really like. You know, Alexandra Shipp, she was cute.
No, that was awful. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was good.
You know what really solidified the fact that I wanted Halle Berry Storm is when we saw the after credit scene and people thought that was Storm, and I was like, I hope the fuck not, because I don't want the lady who played Monica Rambeau's mom to be Storm. Like, no,
she's Nebula, where she's her own force. She's gonna come hard, especially with their costume. I don't know how they're gonna pull that off, but I would like to see it.
Yeah.
But allegedly, the X-Men are also supposed to come back when they do, which is in that new Avengers movie. I forgot what the name is.
Child, I don't know, because they're moving it all. I'm hearing so much that they're trying to move away from Kang, which I've been watching Loki, and Loki ended. Loki was so good. Jonathan Majors was amazing as Kang. Also, he has the court trial coming up, and I feel like they shouldn't be making any decisions until the trial comes up, especially considering what we know now about the woman that he has the altercation with, the alleged altercation with. Because if we can have an entire movie that flopped around Ezra Miller, why can't we at least wait and see what's going on with Jonathan Majors?
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
The fuck, especially because of how good of a king Jonathan Majors is. He came back as He Who Remains.
I would just like to see the X-Men, honestly, in the original yellow costumes. That's what I want to see. A lot of people are like, it's tacky. I don't care what you say. I want to see them in the yellow costumes with the 70s vibes. I also want to see Anna Paquin from True Blood, you know, who plays Rogue. I want to see her steal the powers if they're still going to do that.
I'm just glad that you got like what you want. Okay, but like a quick review of the movie. I think that this is one of the first movies that you can check out actually our thread. I'm gonna read my thread about it because that actually got some movement on threads. Follow some threads at Bravo While Black. So what I said was basically The Marvels was a fun, adventurous, and compact story that you could watch without the common complaint that you need to watch all the Marvel movies and shows before watching this movie stigma. Because, you know, a lot of people are talking about how Marvel is getting away from its origins and blah, blah, blah. You have to watch 75 movies and shows before you get to and that's just not true. But if you wanted to complain about it, The Marvels is not that. It's its own story. And I said, and the one after credit scene had the entire theater in gas. Go see it. So it was good. Compact story, something that you can watch. It's standalone. It's fun. It's different. It gives me more Guardians of the Galaxy vibes. If you're looking for like a serious movie, this is not it. It is miles better, eons better than the original. Not miles. What's that in Captain Marvel? Like, I did not like Captain Marvel at all. I hated it. Hated her as a superhero. Like, Brie Larson does not do it for me. But her with Kamala and Monica did it for me. So yeah, I'll go see it, and Aaron go touring it, and it's gonna be a good time.
I mean, I would like to see it. I think it's a lot different too from what they advertised slightly.
Yeah.
They made it seem like it was going to be like the Uptown Girls.
Well, no, it kind of is like the Uptown. It's a good time, like the Uptown Girls. No. I thought you were going to say that they made it seem like it was going to be more serious than it was. No, this is like a fun, buddy, like different.
Okay.
There's.
I like the cat.
The cat plays a titular role in it, and also I saw it in 4D. So if you guys don't have 4D, it's a lot.
Can I use my Shark Boy and Lava Girl 3D glasses?
Yes, you can. They give you 3D glasses to use, so it's 3D. But if you've ever been in Universal and you've been on the Shrek 4D ride, or a piece of that ride, but guess what, bitch? You'll have to bring that motherfucker back because Shrek 5 is in the works, which is something else. Yes. And it was leaked. Thank you, God, for interns. It was leaked through an intern's LinkedIn that she was working on Shrek 5. Babe, if you're watching this, God bless you. If they fire you, we'll start a petition.
Bring back the fairy godmother now. Like,
bring back the American
karaoke.
I will get I will get a DVD player and a DVD just for that.
Yes, I agree.
That's it. Yeah. So
next on the docket.
Yeah, really quickly.
Big Mouth.
Did you finish it?
I did. I won't.
How did you feel about this season?
I didn't like this season that much. There were parts that I liked. I liked it at the beginning, but I felt like the end was so rushed, and it was just kind of like a weird place to be in because we went from them being in, I want to say, middle school to now high school.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? The first watch, I didn't know how I felt about it. But I rewatched it when we got back from BravoCon, like as my comfort show. And I understood because you have to listen to the opening song on episode 1. They're going to high school, but not until the last episode of the show. So then they go from middle school. Well, they go from touring high school back to middle school, graduating, summer, high school.
I was like, this is kind of a weird order of things. But there were certain elements that I liked. I liked Missy and Elijah. That babysitting episode with Missy. That was one of my favorites. Especially her trying to get that footage back with just
me, Kyle.
I'm like, I love that for them. That was really good. Who was another one? I actually have notes.
I feel like there wasn't enough Lola, but when Lola was on the show, she stole the show.
Yeah.
When she was dating Jay's brother, which was fucking hilarious. And I do want to point out something to you guys. I don't know what season of Big Mouth it is, but you remember that episode where one of the dudes had he had a special pin and he got mad because he could afford the pin and his friend Andrew couldn't afford the pin. Andrew couldn't afford the pin. It was like a smart pin. And there was just like an article about how Apple, I think, is releasing like a pin that you could wear on your chest. And I'm like, is Big Mouth like
predicting the future?
Yeah,
it's literally Apple working with them and telling them what to put out.
There's one more season after this. There's one more season coming out after this. So I think a lot of things are going to happen. I don't think that this is a show that they should stop because I know that's gross, but like
adulthood. I want to follow them until adulthood. So I would like for it to do
that would be a
spin-off about older them.
Because Human Resources got canceled, which I'm like, Human Resources was good as fuck. Especially because they had you know what else? I think you missed the baby. Like their child, Connie and...
Oh no, I actually watched the most recent season.
I'm saying like you didn't, I'm saying like you missed him, like from Big Mouth maybe.
Oh yeah.
Because he was on the last season of Big Mouth.
Oh. Did I see it? I had to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw him. He was on the last season, but he wasn't on this season.
Okay.
So I think you're
why
that presence because he was hilarious. Because remember in Human Resources he became a shame wizard instead of a hormone monster. I think.
So he can come back.
Because he was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I think that if you give it a second watch, it goes down easier because you know what to expect and you know how many things are going on. But Big Mouth, I don't know, it was hilarious. And then also Megan Thee Stallion, she made an appearance as a hormone monster. And I'm like, I have got to stop looking around because I've always wanted to dress as a hormone monster, either in cosplay or for Halloween.
Do it.
And like, there's so many different iterations of a hormone monster now. But
I know which ones you have to go with. You have to go
as a shortcut one though.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about.
Oh no, you don't? I thought.
No, I was gonna say Connie.
Yeah,
but now that I thought about the shortcut one, yes, because that's a look.
It's such a look. She's such a bad bitch. So okay, so what would you rate it out of 10?
I would say a 7.
Okay.
A 7.
At first, I was rating it a 7. Watching it again, I rated it an 8. I like seeing I forgot his name, but like the gay guy and the
Caleb. Yes, Caleb, I was just gonna talk about that.
I believe he's either autistic or neurodivergent. The neurodivergent character with the backpack. It was just so wholesome to see him and develop that friendship and try to.
I want to say him and Caleb and Matthew.
Yes. Oh my God, Matthew. Mm-hmm. Like I love that friendship, and then Caleb wanted to be a part of the choir. It was so funny because that's Billy Porter that plays that part, and you know that Billy Porter is like the baddest bitch on the planet. Is there anything else that you want to discuss on Big Mouth before we wrap this up?
Do you think that Missy and Elijah will stay together?
I mean, they broke up, so they might get back together.
Technically, they didn't. I don't think they did. It kind of left off on like he just moved.
Yeah. I think that no, they won't stay together because Missy wants to have sex, and I love that for her. She's like, I want.
But I feel like now Elijah does.
You don't think he's asexual anymore?
Yeah, I think he's gonna open up to that. I felt like this season was leaning towards it, or I think he might, on his own journey, lose it.
Ooh,
and then Missy's probably gonna be waiting.
That would be. Find out. Yeah. That would piss me off so bad if I was Missy.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen.
you guys, please, we always urge you to watch Big Mouth. We'll probably dive into more Big Mouth next week because we just are short on time, because I really want to like break it down because we love that show. Another thing that I'm watching right now that I want you guys to maybe give a watch is like obviously after Gen V. I had recently rewatched The Boys, but after Gen V, I was just like, I want more dark superhero shit. So I'm giving that show Invincible a chance.
Yes.
That's also by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg.
It literally started playing after the season finale. And
exactly. And that's how I got into it. So I was like, damn, this is kind of good. And I'm literally like on episode 7. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, it's really good. It's a lot of people, like a lot of famous people are the voices behind these people. And also I'm a fan of Harley Quinn on HBO Max, but that's another story. That's HBO Max. But like outside of Marvel and DC, watch Invincible. What are you watching? Give them some homework.
Listen, guys, I would say Gen V, like I told y'all, family business for sure. I'm also waiting for The Last Airbender to come to Netflix.
Oh, that's like next year, though.
Well, I do hear that, actually, it's February.
Is it January? February? Yeah, next year.
So, I thought I was under the impression that it was going to be like later the next year. February, I can kind of deal with, because that's like, just like in a few months. But they say it's going to be really good. They say they also compared it to Game of Thrones, but for Netflix. So I'm like, I want to see how they do that. Yeah.
Good luck on your journey.
What, do you hate it that much?
I don't hate it. I'm just not... To compare it to Game of Thrones, it's like getting out of hand.
Well, because they do have blood bending. They have water bending, blood bending, which you can kind of relate it to Gen V with Marie's powers. So I'm like, I want to see how they do all of this in live action.
Okay, well, but for right now, watch Gen V.
Kay is not going to watch it. That's why. In conclusion,
follow us on Threads. Hit us up on Patreon. We love y'all for real. Bye, guys.
Bye.